going on, guys? It's Griff with Four Horsemen, and today I'm going to be bringing you my ban list discussion for the ban list that we just got yesterday. So maybe if you live underneath a rock or something, I don't know. But okay, apparently my dog wants to join in. If you maybe if you hadn't heard, like you're living under a rock or you were just exhausted from a day of work or something, I don't know. The ban list just dropped yesterday. I do apologize. I was not able to get my reaction to that yesterday as I would have liked. I was actually planning on it, but then my camera died, so I had to charge it. So I'm doing it today. So before we get started, if you could, guys, drop a like on the video because it does help the channel and the videos immensely. Go ahead and write a comment in the comment section below about your thoughts on the ban list. What you think they did right, what you think they did wrong, or whether you just don't know anything or you just won't have a raise a comment. I don't know. And then if you haven't already, want to go and subscribe. I try and get a video out every week. So, yeah, with those out of the way, I will also say I do have some other videos. The synchro video, the synchro deck profile, the one I had is now useless. So I have to change that, so we are going to have to wait a bit longer for that. I do apologize. And also, I do have some live duels recorded that were under the previous ban list. So let me know down below if you guys are still interested in seeing those. If you are, I'll still upload them. If not, I'll just have to get some more. But yeah. Now then, let's get into this. So starting us off with only 2 ban cards. We have Eclipse Wyvern and Rusty Bardish. So, Eclipse Wyvern was a very surprising hit. I'll be honest, I was not expecting that. But, I understand why they did it. It's not hard once per turn. It's like, yeah, it's not hard once per turn, and it's a great card that can be looped. I guess they don't want to hit the Guard Dragons just yet. Personally, for me, I say LP or Agripane need to get banned because they're still stupid. I think that might happen in the next list. I don't think that's going to happen. That's either going to happen in the next list or the list after. I would prefer LP getting banned, but I know they want to keep selling them for the Megatons, so that's why they're not hitting them yet. So I do understand it. It sucks. My build of Chaos Thunder was running Eclipse Wyvern, but it's not like a super needed thing. The deck, or at least my build, will definitely still be able to run. So Chaos Dragons, that sucks, but we can live without Eclipse Wyvern. We'll just have to rely on stuff like Ravine and everything. So. Moving down, I have the list on my phone, that's why I'm looking down, because I can't. This list was too big for me to remember everything. So next up, Rusty. Oh boy. I know people wanted this card to get banned. I was not one of them. I thought Mermaid needed to get banned, because Mermaid has been a problem for, like, since it came out. But they want to use Mermaid to sell the Megatons, which, okay, that makes sense. So, I understood when they banned Rusty. I don't like it, but I can live without it. That's actually the main thing that's going to have to push the synchro deck profile down the road, because my build was running the Phantom Knights. So, I have to change that, obviously. But, Rusty, like, either or could have gotten hit. Rusty definitely had issues with it. It was definitely a problem, but I just personally felt Mermaid was the bigger issue, because it acted the combos, whereas Rusty was more of just the end result, and it just helped other decks. But it's a shame. I feel so sorry for all the Phantom Knight players, because now you guys straight up don't have a deck anymore. So yeah, that's about it. Only two banned cards, a very small amount of bans. I was surprised and pleasantly surprised, because I know people like banning everything, like banning a ton of stuff. I just don't really like having like an entire list of banned cards. But Yeah, these two hits, good hits. I understood why they're hit. I would have hit something different, like I said, Elfie or Agripane or Mermaid, but that's neither here nor there. Moving on to the limits. So the limits was ridiculous, but first off, we had multi-faker. I know some people are pissed about this. I've seen some people who are actually really pissed about this, and I just find it funny. I agree with them. It probably wasn't exactly great because Ultra guys haven't been the meta for like months. But I will argue this because once all the top 4 decks got hit as they did in this, Ultra guys were primed to then come in to be one of the best decks. So they wanted to hit multi-faker to limit the consistency of the deck so that it doesn't automatically become one of the current tier 1. So I understand why they did it. I also understand why the Ultra guys players are pissed. However, I will say the deck can still function. They still have Stangen and they still have ways to get to it. I'll be honest, I'm not really a big Ultra guy. I don't know a whole lot about the deck, so I can't really give you that many examples of how they can still do it, but I do know the deck is not it's not dead. It still works. The next ones. Black Dragon Collapse Serpent and White Dragon Viper. Technically that's later on down the road, but I'm just gonna lock them together because they're essentially for the same thing. These I find it hilarious that but I guess we should have seen it coming where they just reprinted them in Ultra Rare and then they just hit them. Them going to 1 is reasonable. They're kind of stupid at multiples. I will say though, even though they're hit, the baby Chaos Dragons are still perfectly fine. They still do what they're designed to do, which is have monsters on board for Link Summoning, Synchro Summoning, and Z Summoning. They're still fine. Even at 1 each, they're still there and they'll still be good. They just won't be as you'll just won't have as many, which yeah, that's not ideal, but they're still good. Like don't try and don't think that they are just like automatically useless. No. Collapse Serpent and Wireburst are still good cards, and they can still be played. They're just you have less of them now. Moving on down the list, we have Gazelle. Oh my god. I've been calling for Gazelle to get hit for the longest time. I thought with them limiting Gazelle, then they would the deck would be brought down to a level where it's reasonable now. It's no longer stupid. However, then they hit Circle to 1, which yeah, that one hurts. I will grant you guys. I was not expecting that one. I will say though, Salamangreats are still playable. Like I know some people they lost a lot of consistency, but they're still playable because we still have 3 Signet Mining. We still have Ladybug. So Salamangreat players will just have to now run Signet Mining. They'll have to throw back in Ladybug. I've heard some people say they would have to run the Salamangreat Buffalo Salamangreat. I'm not familiar with that card, so forgive me if I don't know what it does, but it's like, okay. I think the deck is hurt. I still think the deck is perfectly fine. It may not be like upper echelon top tier, but it's still playable, which is the main thing. The next card that I'm super excited came back is Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storm. So OCG has had this legal for I think 2 formats now. I could be wrong about the exact amount, but they've had it legal for the longest time. And it's done nothing. Like absolutely nothing. So I hope Tempest is the beginning of the rest of the Dragon Rulers, Blaster, Redox, and Tidal. I hope that this is the first step of getting the other 3 unbanned, because I love the Dragon Rulers. I know that's controversial. I don't care. I love them. I think they are perfectly fine to come back if Dark Matter is gone. So I hope this is a step in we're getting the other 3 unbanned. But yeah, I have no complaints about this. I love the fact that Tempest is back. So moving on down. The next card that I love that this card is back is the Gusto Emerald. So for those of you who don't know, since I'm pretty sure this was banned before I started YouTube, Disucssion Emerald is one of my favorite Xyz monsters of all time. I was so sad when it got banned, but it's back now. I can play my heroes or any of my other where I can run rank forwards. I love this card. I'm so glad it's back. Don't buy the I don't know what the price is. I'm pretty sure it like the secret rares were at like $50 to $40 yesterday, or they might have been around at least 30. Don't buy the super expensive copies. Don't sell out $30 for this card. I can almost guarantee that this card. Are you just trying to make yourself more comfortable? All right. My dog apparently thinks he needs to be more in the shot. But don't waste like $30. I almost guarantee this card is going to be in Dual Devastator. If not, then another Battles of Legend. This card will get a reprint. So, if you have your copies, that's fantastic. If you don't have your copies, just wait. This card will get reprinted at some point. If not Dual Devastator, then some other set. I don't know what the other set would be. Maybe an OTS. Oops. But, yeah. The big thing is, Emerald is back. I love it. I'm so happy. So, moving on down. Let's see. We already talked about Circle. Multi-roll. Multi-roll, I think should have gone mixed. However, at 1, I'm willing to deal with it at 1 because multi-roll is the Salmon Grade's best like recovery ability. With this thing at 1, that means that, or not Salmon Grade, Sky Striker. With multi-roll at 1, that means Sky Strikers have less abilities to come back. They have to hit it with the Kagari. If their 1 multi-roll is gone, then they're just going to struggle. I think this helps make Ghost Ogre better against the deck because you can hit the multi-rolls, which is good. I think I keep saying Salmon Grade. I think Sky Striker is going to still be playable. It's still going to be good because they still have Engage at 3. I don't know why, but they still have Engage at 3, which is great. They still have Kagari. They still have multi-roll. Nothing's like actually gone for them, so I think Sky Strikers are still gonna be a good pick. The next 2, Terraforming. I was really hoping this would not happen, but I understand why that happened. I like Terraforming. I understood why it had to get hit, but I just feel so bad for all the rogue decks that need Terraforming to get their field spell so they can start making plays. I know this is gonna hurt my Super Quantums, but I think we can still work with this. So yeah, it sucks. It's not enjoyable, but it probably needed to happen because of Mystic Mine. And if they weren't gonna hit Mystic Mine, then they had to hit the cards that search it. I think Mystic Mine needs to get banned. Trust me, I think that card needs to get banned. But it's brand new. It's not going to get banned this soon. They're going to want to reprint it a bit, and then they'll hit it, hopefully. So that's why Terraforming and Metaverse later on got hit. So I understood it. Metaverse, I'll be honest, I would prefer Metaverse get hit over Terraforming, but they both got hit because Metaverse is the one that allows you to activate the Mystic Mine on your opponent's turn, which is dumb. But, yeah, so I understood why they did it. It sucks, but we just have to live with it. Light Stage, however, I want to talk about next. Light Stage is, oh my god, this is just us catching up to the OCG. They have Light Stage at 1, and I believe they have Reincarnation at 1. I don't think we're going to get Reincarnation hit as much as I hate that card. There's just no point now. But Light Stage to 1, this hurts Trickstars, and this hurts Orcus. But this card was kind of dumb, and it was a pain to deal with sometimes, so it got hit, and there's not much to say. We already talked about Metaverse, and that's it for the limits. So moving on down to the semi-list. I love how this semi-list was like 3 or 4 cards before, and now it's just ridiculous. So the first semi-limit, Chaos Emperor Dragon. It's doing nothing at 1. It won't do anything at 2 or 3. The card is, it's terrible, but it's playable. But it's still terrible. So I don't think this thing's gonna do anything. because the prize card version just completely outshines it. Moving on to the next three cards. We have Danger Nessie, Danger Jackalope, and Danger Tsuchinoko. I love that these cards got hit. I think they should have gotten limited each, or Nessie banned. However, I will take this as a baby step because they want to sell those Mega Teams. The Dangers are stupid. They should not have been created, but they were, so we have to deal with them. I think this is a great hit. These cards need to be hit. This hit hits Danger Thunder, while also not hurting Pure Thunder, which I know some people want Colossus limited. I'm so glad it's not limited because I'm a Thunder Dragon player. But the Danger Thunder deck was the main version of the deck that was the most abusable. So the Danger Scheme is good. The Danger package the Danger engine is still playable. It's still stupid. But now instead of having three of the best Danger cards at 3, you now have to deal with one less copy for each. It's still not that great to deal with, but it's at least more like just being dealt with. So hopefully at least 2 of these cards go up on the list to 1 after the Mega Tens, but for now this is a good step in the right direction. Aether, the Heavenly Monarch, coming back. Cool. It's back at 2, but with Pantheism at 1, the deck is still useless. So like I'm happy for my Monarch players out there, but I'll be honest, I don't see Monarchs doing anything, even if they had 2 Aether and 3 Stormforce. The main thing is their main consistency card is still at 1, and I think Pantheism moving forward off the list will have done more for the deck than having Aether at 2. That's my personal opinion, but yeah, Aether, glad for my Monarch players, but I think the deck is still not going to do anything because Pantheism is still at 1. Stratos coming to 2, yes! This card has not been done anything in the meta. As a fellow hero player, I love this. Maybe this will mean we'll get 3 Stratos, I doubt it, but Stratos moving further off the list, it's amazing. It just helps hero decks more. I actually don't know if they'll do a whole lot, because Stratos wasn't really it was still a great card, but wasn't doing a whole lot to begin with, but I love this. It's just more Stratos for us hero players. I love Stratos. I think Hero Lives moving off the list towards 2 would have been better than Stratos going to 2, but I'll take any hero support I can get, so yeah, Stratos going to 2, fantastic. Hopefully this means we can get Hero Lives moving to 2 and 3 at some point, but for now I'll deal with I'll happily take Stratos at 2. Infector Dragonfly to 2. Cool. I mean, Infectors haven't done anything in like years, so they can have Dragonfly back. That's fine. They already have Infector was the Hornet to 3, which is cool. I'll be honest, guys. I have no opinion on this. I never faced Infectors before, so I was like, it's cool for those who want it. Yeah, for my Infector players, I'm happy for you. Next up is Damage Juggler going to 2. Damage Juggler has done nothing, so yeah, that's why it's at 2. Hopefully this means it'll come back to 3. I think the card is still good. It's just with Powercraft that it literally does nothing now. So yeah, not much to say about it. I'm happy it's back. Shuret to 2. Oh my god, I love this. As a Necros player, we needed Shuret to 2 because Shuret will help boost the consistency of the deck. It's just fantastic. Unicorn to 2 might have been better than Shuret to 2, but I'll take Shuret to 2. Hopefully this means it'll come to 3 and we'll get Unicorn to steadily move off the list, but I don't think Unicorn going to more than 1 is ever going to happen. But I'll happily take another copy of Shuret. It'll just help the deck. Royal Tribute to 2. Now, I know some people were like, they saw this and they're like, oh god, no, this is going to be terrible. Guys, let me rest your fears. Yes, Royal Tribute is dumb, Well, it's for gravekeepers. Like, gravekeepers aren't gonna do anything. Maybe they are, and I'll be proven wrong. I'll be happy if I'm proven wrong, but gravekeepers are not gonna do anything. It's gonna be great for the great gravekeeper players, and I'm happy for you. But Royal Tribute is not gonna break the format. Um, yeah, so it's a good card still, but the fact of Terraforming Metaverse going to 1 actually hurt the special ability, because now you'll have a hard time getting to Neck Rally, which then Royal Tribute, if you're using other decks, it'll just be harder. So it's a good card. Cool, it's coming back. I don't think it'll do anything. So moving on to the semi-limits. Give me 1 sec here, because my thing is... There we go. Okay, so moving on to semi-limits. Sorry about that, guys. I had my thing, I had to pull it up again. We have Cleefort Scout. Cleeforts are not doing anything, so 3 Scouts, cool. I don't think the deck will do anything still. As much as I hate Cleefort, or used to hate Cleefort, I don't think are going to do anything. If they do, I'll be happy. Or, no, I won't. I'll be annoyed. But it's like, cool. But the fact that Towers is not as good as it used to be, because you can link summoning monsters, I believe heard it. I could be wrong about that. But also, we have Kaijus, and we have Utopia Lightning and Utopia Double. I don't think Cleeforts are going to do anything. Maybe they will. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. But I'm happy for the Cleefort players, but it's not going to do anything. Luster Pendulum is cool for Pendulum players. I honestly don't think they would run 3 Luster Pendulum, though. I don't know. Ignister, it's cool that Ignister is more useful, and Luster is more useful, but I don't think Luster at 3 is going to do anything. So, yeah. Trishula 3. Who summons Trishula other than Synchro players like myself? Yeah. Trishula 3 is not going to do anything. Dark Hole 3. Now, Dark Hole 3 is very interesting because this could either be really good or useless. It depends. I think 3 Dark Hole in the side deck might be very interesting, and I think it could do something. The problem is, we have a little card called Evenly Matched, which is just better Dark Hole and better Regeki. But I think just the fact of Dark Hole at 3, Kaiju Slumber at 3, and we have Regeki still, I would not be surprised if they at least did something, because of the simple fact of there are multiples, and also you can play it where maybe people won't expect it. So Dark Hole 3, I'm happy it's back. We'll have to wait and see whether it does anything. Monster Gate to 3. All the Infernoid players, like, erupted in joy, like, as soon as they saw this. Honestly, I think that's the only deck that can actually use Monster Gate, so it's cool for the Infernoid players. I think Infernoid will be more playable, but Reasoning was the better card, and Reasoning's still at 1. So, yeah, however, it's cool that's off the list if you want to help Infernoids, yeah. Rekindling to 3. This could be, I'll admit, this is the first one that gave me pause, be like, ooh, this could be actually kind of terrifying. But, this is probably mainly to help the Fire Fist and the one Laval player out there. So, it's interesting. We'll have to wait and see what it does. This could either do absolutely nothing, or it could be terrifying. So, we'll just have to wait and see. Super Poly at 3, this is logical. I kind of think the prospect of 3 Super Polys is kind of terrifying, but I'm a hero player, so I like it. I figured this would come off the list after it went to 2. Great card for control decks, great card for fusion decks. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Actually, I think Super Poly might not be used a whole lot, at least in the first beginnings of this format, because we don't know what the meta is going to be like. So once the meta is more established, then we'll see Super Poly play more because we'll see what targets he can use against the meta. So I think this is a card that will have more impact later on in the format when the meta is more established. And the last card, 3 Judgment. Oh god, I am both excited for this, but also terrified. So, Judgment to 3. Judgment's popular. It's cool that it's at 3, but it's also kind of terrifying it's at 3. Because now if you're facing a trap deck, you have to think, oh god, are there 3, do they have 3 Judgments? But, Judgment 3, cool. But it's also not as terrifying because we have Red Reboot, so will it do anything? I honestly have no idea. I feel like there's going to be a couple of decks out there that, when they're playing 3 Judgment, it'll be really good. But as far as I know, most trap decks now focus more on normal traps, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with Judgment 3. But it's cool that's back. I'm not complaining. It's going to be slightly terrifying facing backrow decks, but other than that, it's a great card. It wasn't doing anything at 1, so it going to multiples makes sense. But yeah, overall. So that's the list, guys. Now I know this video is a little long, but I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about what I think. Overall, I think this list is fantastic. I think this is a list in a long while that I've wholeheartedly approved of. It hit the problem cards, or it hit some of the problem cards. It brought a ton of crap back, which, oh my god. And the meta decks were checked. So what does this mean for the meta decks? It means Salmon Gray are hurt, and I definitely don't think they're definitely not as strong as they used to be, but I also think Salmon Gray are not dead. Because we still have Silent Mining, and we still have Lady Debug. Granted, Debug is at 1, but we still have Silent Mining. This just means that some players are going to have to run a triple Silent Mining. I'm sure there's other cards out there that they can use to see what would work, but that's what I can come up with right now. Sky Striker. Sky Striker is not dead. They're still playable because they still have 3 engage. When a deck still has three Paw Greed on steroids, they can still do good things. They have the Guardian multi-roll at 1, so that means their recovery ability is going to be more hurt. But I think Sky Strikers are still going to be fine. They might not be as strong, but I still think they're going to be good. Pure Thunder Dragons, they lost Eclipse Wyvern, but I think very few Pure Thunder were running Eclipse Wyvern, so that's not that big. Danger Thunder got hit a lot though, because they lost Eclipse Wyvern, they lost 2 more copies of the Black and White Dragons. So yeah, and they lost a copy each of the main 3 Dangers. So Danger Thunder got hit a lot. I think the deck will still be playable. It'll just be less consistent. It'll be interesting to see where the meta version of Thunder goes from here, because I don't think they'll still be running Dangers. I don't think they're going to be running Chaos at all. But the main thing is Colossus didn't get hit, which is good, because if Colossus went to 1, that would hurt Thunder immensely, and I don't want that being a Thunder player. So this is good for the Danger Thunder hits. So yeah, the deck can still do stuff, because even with 1 Collapser and 1 Wiper Burster and less Dangers, the deck still can do stuff. Guard Dragons, I actually don't know what will become Guard Dragons. It's interesting because the baby Chaos Dragon is going to want getting hit, essentially, and Eclipse Wyvern essentially hurt the splash ability of them, but neither LP or Agripane got hit, which are the main cards that need to get banned. So I think Guard Dragons will still be around, especially for Crusadia Guard Dragon, and maybe Thunder will still run them, but they took a splash ability hit, which is a good thing. I still think LP needs to get banned. LP or Agripane, I don't care which one. I think one of them needs to get banned because they're both stupid. And then Orcus. Orcus actually didn't get like any hits other than Rusty. That being said, Rusty was their end board. So they still have their combo, but it'll be interesting to see what they can still do, because as far as I know, without Rusty, they don't really have an end goal in mind right now. So they took a hit. Overall, this list did what it needed to do. It hit all of the mad decks. It brought a ton of stuff back. And yeah, there's just not much I can say in the ways of complaints. There's still some cards on the list that I would like to come back, but they gave me Super Poly Stratos and Shuriks at more than one, so I'm happy. So with that all being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, especially if you stuck around for the end. I know this was long, but with Banlist, I like to have these longer discussions because there's a lot to talk about. As I said at the beginning, don't forget to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, because it helps the video, it helps the channel immensely. Don't forget to write a comment down below about what your opinions on this list is. And if you haven't already, go and subscribe, because I try and get a video out every week. So with that being said, guys, I'm Griff with 4 Horsemen, and I shall see you guys later. So take care.